video, I'm going to be showing you all how to add in actual make connection point into your case. And so this is going to be very important for whenever we go to construct and test this case in our assembly. We want to ensure that this hinge is going to be able to move correctly. And so what we did here is we basically just took a little triangle that we had created and basically removed that. So if you see here, I had a triangle that I had created, and this was on that same plane that we used to split the top and bottom parts from each other. And basically what I ended up doing is I just extruded that symmetrically so that then it would create this cutout point here. And so now what I'm going to show you is how we can end up using the make connector tool. So we got the make connector tool right here. We're going to place this on an entity. Now the origin entity is going to be right here. As you can see, we have this little circle that shows up perpendicular to this line. And so we want to try to set it up on this back one. And so right there, if I hover over this line, I can click there. And that's going to set it up so that we have a make connection point. So that we can use that. Now the owner identity, this is the part that is associated with this make connector. Instead of it being on the bottom, we want to actually click on this top piece so that it's put on there. So if I go green check mark, I do need to rename this guy, by the way. So I'm going to go AirPod case, and I'm going to go top. So now we know that that make connector point is basically associated with this, so that now if I end up bringing this into the assembly, I can create my assembly, I can insert my parts, right? And so we can insert in our AirPod case here, which is the iPhone, and I'm still working on this one, but just using this one for the example. And so now, since we have this part fixed, if I try moving that, it will not move. What we want to do is establish a revolute mate. And so what I can do is I can select the mate connector. So I'm going to select this point that belongs to the top piece, and then now what I can do is I can hover over this line and select that other mate connection point that belongs to the bottom piece. Now whenever I go to solve this and I press play, you can see that we have that movement. Now what we want to do is we want to set this up so that there are limits, because we don't want it to be able to go through the case, right? That's not lifelike. And so now what we'll end up doing is we'll set the minimum. We can test this out. We'll try -110. And then let's set the maximum to be 0. And so I can press solve again, I can press play. And so what we might have to do is actually test this out. So I'm gonna go green check mark. And so as you can see, it's moving back and it's moving into the negative direction, and then it actually stops right here at -110. Now this is where we can check to see, is this material actually hitting our case at all? If so, then we would want to make sure that we remove more material. But this does seem to pass the check here. So everything does look good there. So we can bring it back again. As you can see, there we go, and there we go. Awesome, so that is the video, how to add in the make connector to be able to assemble this into Onshape and get that lifelike movement. Catch you all in the next video. Happy Onshape modeling. Bye-bye.